Hello and welcome to Space Ninjas 2, the sequel to Space Ninjas 1. This video will be a review of Space Ninjas 2, and if you should get it. So without further ado, let's jump in. Now, first thing I'm going to talk about is Space Ninjas 2's grid system, which, if you know Space Ninjas 1, then you'll know this is a lot better. Because what I can do is I can place this block, and I can get a small block, place it on here as well, and even a small block, and place it on here as well. Another thing I can do is place blocks, large block on a large block, but like that. If I hold control, I can place it wherever I want, which is much better over this. Look at that. I can place it like in any one of those songs or squares. It's so awesome. And I can also place blocks in between here as well, just in case you know. Which is one reason alone to get Space Ninjas 2. Another reason you should get Space Ninjas 2 is that, if you haven't noticed already, the graphics are so much nicer than Space Ninjas 1. Now I want to talk about the future of Space Ninjas 2 and what's coming. So, I have got an image of the roadmap, which I'm going to put on screen right now. So, as you saw, there will be planets, water, and multiplayer in the future, which is obviously amazing. Water, which is going to be amazing because it's never seen in Space Ninjas 1, because water is actually not going to happen in Space Ninjas 1 because the physics engine or something can't handle it. But in Space Ninjas 2, it can, and we will get water. In the future, the survival mode is also going to have a bit of a story as well, which is really entertaining for people who want lore and sort of a campaign as well, which is awesome because Space Ninjas 1 survivals kind of just build a ship and you've beat the game, which is kind of sad because I do love Space Ninjas 1. Now, what else is to talk about? Oh yes, Space Ninjas 2's awesome destruction. So, I have got this debug gun tool, and if I shoot it, yes, things get broken. Now, the reason it's so much better than Space Ninjas 1 is that the old factions is the most satisfying thing to watch. It's just so nice. The all break off into pieces instead of just combusting and melting. Solar panels are a really good example. Watch this. Armor blocks do still have this spear. They might fix it, they might not. I don't know. But it is truly an awesome thing. You can't tell me watching parts of the engine fly off isn't awesome. Well, you can, but like, I think so. I do love this destruction system a whole lot. So, with the roadmap covered, the new grid system covered, the new damage system covered, how hard is it to actually make a ship in Space Ninjas 2? And that's what I'm going to show you now. In Space Ninjas 1, I never made detailed vehicles, ever. I was never a detailed person. I would just make a cool little ship and I'd fly that. When Space Ninjas 2, making detailed ships easy. Because what I did is I just made the large grid and then added all the small grid detailed stuff after. As you can see, it's got all little details on it. Even just like the smallest details here. All add to a cool ship. And not to mention the effects of the engines and stuff in this game. Let me turn my engines on. By the way, the UI is temporary. Let me turn the engine on. Look at the effects. The effects are so awesome. Also, flying your ship feels more improved, as dampeners feel like they actually do more instead of just doing absolutely nothing. See, look at that damage. Oh, that was nice. Because in Space Invaders 1, you have to have tons of thrusters to move. But in Space Invaders 2, it's more reasonable. Which I do love. As it was so annoying to get a good Space Invaders 1 vehicle. So, building. Even though I'm not a good builder, I can still make what I call a good ship. Even just the inside. And don't worry about the graphics, I've got it set to medium because, yeah, I just do. But as you can see, another example of being able to place blocks in certain places. Here's a table, here's a block underneath that. Bed in this little tiny area where there's multiple blocks where you'd never be able to do that in Space Invaders 1. Ever. Locker room. Sorry. The bedroom. It's just really nice detailed builds, and it wasn't even that hard. That's what makes Space Invaders 2 so awesome. So, after all that, would I recommend it? Yes. Yes, I would. Now, the reason I'm sideways right now is because of that gravity generator. Now, if you do want a more finished game, I would recommend waiting a bit for more of the features to come out as you saw on the roadmap. So, I recommend getting it. You don't have to get it. But if you like Space Invaders 1, you'll love Space Invaders 2. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you next time when I fix my ship.